What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the Flick Experience. And for tonight's review of the episode is that I finally went to go see it. I finally saw, which is probably going to be a film that not many people would expect to finally be made, but I'm glad it finally got made. And I've been a supporter of this person, and that is Shelby Oaks, written and directed by Chris Stuckmann, the same YouTuber, writer, and YouTuber Critic, and now he finally got his chance to make his movie, the one that's on Kickstarter. It is finally here now. It stars Camille Sullivan and Sarah Dern, Keith David, and Michael Beach, and many other up and coming new actors. And yeah, I'm glad Chris Stuckmann finally got to make his movie. The reason why, because I'm glad Chris Stuckmann got to make his film, because for those of you that don't know this and all, Chris Stuckmann, I think he's literally the reason why I started this podcast overall in general. Him and it's like few others that have like been mentioned me before, which I'll talk about. But Chris Stuckmann, if for those of you who have known him for a long time, if you're fans of him or if you've been following his work, the guy started out as a YouTube critic, just reviewing movies, criticizing movies, and actually like movies that he just has like a good sense of fun with it, humor with them. But Chris Stuckmann, he just has a very smart, intellectual, like realistic on making films and how he wants to break into the business. I hope if I ever get a chance to work in the movie business, that guy is sort of like a key. To like invite everyone in to go to know how a feature film is made, even if it's not somebody from film school. It's possible to make a film from like ground zero and work your way up. I've been following this guy for years and stuff, and Chris Stuckmann, I gotta say, I've took a lot of not just inspiration him, but Chris Stuckmann, he just seems like a really great guy, and he's just very smart in how he's able to like influence people to make movies like for himself. Now listen. This isn't going to be like one of those suck up videos, or this isn't going to be like those appreciation ones just because I'm a follower and stuff. Because I already knew I liked films before. It's just that when there was people like him that also had the same thinking as I do. That's just like saying, wow, so it's possible. It's possible for a YouTuber to become a movie director, or it's possible that a writer and director can actually get a movie made and stuff. And yeah, I've been supporting that for all that time and stuff. So yeah, I gotta give a huge credit to him. But it's still, yes, even though there's some stuff that I disagreed with him on some reviews and stuff, but still, I like following this guy. He just has like a very good different mindset in how he reviews movies, and just how like he's able to get a film off the ground, because I could tell it was hard. And for those of you that didn't know, he did had a Kickstarter campaign back from the day, I think like 2 years ago, and I was also one of the backers who were able to finance his film. I think it started out for like $200,000, or he said he was going to make it for like $20,000, and eventually it got up to like $1 million to $2 million. So I was glad for that. So I can't wait for the perks or some thing. But yeah, it was a Kickstarter fundraiser for an independent film. Eventually, it got acquired by the production studio of Neon for producing and distribution, along with Paper Street Studio. So Chris Stuckmann finally got to make that movie he always wanted to make, and I can't wait for it for everyone else to see, since I saw it. So what is the movie about? Well, it's a movie about a continuation of online series of fictional found footage videos from YouTube for back in the day when it was sort of like a paranormal activity slash, like, I think ghost hunters kind of vibe, about a paranormal investigation team named the Paranormal Paranoids. And one of the leaders of this team was named Riley Blanton, who's played by Sarah Dern. And they go into like the forbidden Shelby Oaks, this abandoned like almost town like forest woods with an abandoned amusement park and everything else, and if it's just run down. So they're like investigate like ghost hunters, as you could say. They go out into the Shelby Oaks somewhere, and all of a sudden something mysteriously happens where it could be very like frightening. Especially she disappears and the people are gone too. No one ever sees them again. And the film follows Riley's sister named Mia, played by Camille Sullivan, is determined to find her sister wherever she is, even though there's a lot of people saying like, I just forget about it. She's been gone for like 12 years or so, just forget about it. She's dead. And she's like, no, I don't think so. I got to go find her. I got to see, hey, what else is missing on this like investigation. But along the way, as she's trying to find her sister, she uncovers some dark, very dark, true secrets about not the kidnapping and why was she missing. And it's pretty frightening if you could think about it in this intense thriller that you're about to witness in this film. And while there's like mysterious abandonment and parts of Shelby Oaks, she also uncovers like some shocking like situations as he's trying to find her sister. But overall, the movie's pretty simple. I mean, it has sort of a semi quasi like documentary style, and not like in a found footage style like Blair Witch Project. It doesn't. It has that on like on the first 20 minutes of it, but also at the same time, it's like mixed with a documentary kind of out of style where it's almost like a true crime story episode where the character Mia is being interviewed by the people about her sister and why she is. So it goes back and forth after a while, and then later on throughout the rest of the movie, then it becomes a single camera narrative feature film where now it's the actual movie. It's not just with single camera with the narrative structure. And yeah, it works right there, right into the plot. And you know what's strange, Angel? I know a lot of people say this, but I always think the movie is kind of a bit of a mix of The Ring along with Blair Witch meeting Hereditary. It's like three movie genres with movie like themes all mixed into one, but not the same synopsis and everything like that. But what I like what Critic was able to do was that he was able to take like three of those like formats of film structures and then mix them together, and then we get at the whole movie because you get to see different acts and how it's being presented in the film. And I gotta say, hey, I thought that was a good job of what Chris Stuckmann was able to do for this. Now I'm gonna be honest for this review though, because there still might need some improvements and some cliches here and there. But overall, I'm glad the first he got to make his first film, and I was very surprised that he made this film. I mean, I was waiting for like 2 years of this film, but I get it. Filmmaking takes a lot of time and patience, and then and like if you're one of the backers, you probably saw the behind the scenes videos on how he was able to make that ad film and how he was able to get the cast and all. And I thought the actors were great and all the production value. It seems pretty well, even though it feels like a YouTube made for film. A lot of people would even like say like, oh, if this would has been on YouTube from like 2008, then maybe it would have been a hit. Maybe do I think maybe it's pretty cheap? Well, yeah, it is. But however, I could tell. You could get a sense that he really tried. You really felt like he was actually making a film. But there's also like some YouTuber filmmakers who are trying to break into the business can be very, very hard. Even just to burst through there and just like hopefully like give me a chance or something. And I really think those independent filmmakers or those people that are trying to get in, they should really give them a chance because of the Hollywood system and all. How they're saying, no, we want IPs. We don't care about originality anymore. And this is one of those original stories. And yeah, I would say hey, like you gotta give them a chance. If you want new ideas, if everyone's complaining about how come they can't make any original things anymore, this is one of them. One of them. We gotta support them no matter what. Now I'm not saying it's gonna get Oscar buzz. I'm not gonna say it's like a box office hit. Like forget about that stuff. But I do say that this is a film that probably may have rewatchable quality. I don't know yet for sure, but give it some time. But at least now it's there. Like who knows? You could probably hop it in on a rainy day or like even on the Halloween night coming up. You could watch it and show your friends like, look at this guy. Look at the way he directs and stuff. So I hope this is one. This is like one of those films. So I hope it's gonna do well since I saw this on the opening night yesterday last night. So I'm gonna get right to it to the pros and cons. The pros, I really love the thrilling setup and the environment. I could tell he did have that thrilling vibe is sort of like a horror element because he's always said he's always been a fan of horror films. And again, I'm not a huge horror film myself because I do respect it, not because I'm freaked out or anything like that shit. No, but I just never been interested in horror at all. But I was very impressed what he was able to do to set up that feeling intensity and like skin crawling chilling with goosebumps everywhere. It's pretty chilling when you see this film for the first time, especially in the forest situations where Mia is in the forest in Shelby Oaks trying to find her sister. There's even like a Shawshank, the prison where they shot at, and there's a sequence in there that is intense, frightening and stuff. And then the other pro is that I really like the first 20 minutes, even though it seems kind of a lot of expositions because he's trying to give out the backstory of her sister Riley and how did they disappear, how did the media react to it. So I thought the first setup of the 20 minutes was really, really good. And the third pro is that since it was based upon the director's a little bit of life experience of inspiration, not like exactly like that, but the idea of imagine finding like your lost sibling that you never saw again and you don't know why they disappeared. Maybe they were kidnapped or they disappeared or they cut contact. It's also based off on Chris Stuckmann's pretty highly rated, not controversial, but highly rated video where he confessed that he was once a former Jehovah's Witness and he and somehow his older sister was cut contact to him and he never saw her again until like recently, like now. And I could see how that put a lot of effect on him. So imagine taking something like that, but with a horror or thrilling vibe to it that could be very that could make the whole situation completely scary about it. So I could see what Chris went through and all, and that was a very good concept that he was able to do. And also keep in mind, this is his first movie now finally made. Now, again, do I think this is going to be like the best one of all? Not quite, no. But I do think for now he has like sort of not not like the key like, but now he has the work now to say, okay, now we know you can direct a film. Can you make more films? Like give this guy a chance to breathe. He is already like now you guys got the taste of what he can do in filmmaking. Now let's see the rest of what he could do for his second and third movies and many more down to the future. And now we get to the cons. Now, I felt like this was a 2.5 structure. Like there was a first act, second act, and third act. But I felt like it was a first act, second act, and right towards the beginning of the third act, all of a sudden it just ends. Now, I'm not going to spoil anything of the film, but right when it gets to the 2.5 act of it, I will say it is shocking. Like that, complete shocking. That's all I'm gonna say. To me, it felt like it was an hour and 20 minutes, I think. And also, second, I felt like it should have explored more on the character decision makings because there were some character cliches noticed that you see in a lot of horror films, and I wish the character should have been that character and that character go this and this and this adventure instead. I mean, Michael Beach plays like this police detective investigator, and I really wish the movie would have been Mia and Michael Beach's character, the detective, go on this adventure to find Riley instead of just Mia by herself up and stuff. And I just wish there was some character decisions that why didn't you take that thing and show to that like I can understand from script writing perspective it's a little hard, so you have to like do some shortcuts or even if it's a little bit cliche, sometimes it makes the plot go extend to forward a bit so then we could keep up. Not for like attention span, but we gotta like get to the action part of it. But I just wish there was some more or character decisions that could maybe put some smart roles into it. But the last little act of it, again, it's pretty shocking, but it's just like great start up to the first 20 minutes, but then it just started to like balance out a little bit, but it feels like it was going downwards towards the last act. But overall, it wasn't horrible. It wasn't horrible or anything, but it wasn't like superb either. It was like on a neutral zone, but it just didn't land right on the execution, on the narrative wise and the cohesive plot. Especially with the characters, don't motivation of all, but it just felt like some details here and there. It just like a shocking thing, and it just feels like, oh, here it is, right there, like very quickly. Like really, hey, that's it. And then there's another shocking truth where it's just like, okay, show it to the audience. It wasn't like building some momentum to get to that point B to it, from point A to point B. And I also wish there should have been like more extended scenes. I just wish like were there any more scenes like he had in the script, or any deleted scenes he had on making this film? If there was, I think that should have been in the film, or maybe some more like expansion on the whole Shelby Oaks like haunting era and the characters, and even more about the shocking surprises, the dark secrets behind the scenes of that film. Or like in the story, like why did it get to that? What was their motivation for that kind of scenes? Like just little more backstories and expositions on some scenes, like in the first 20 minutes. So overall, I wish there will be some improvement. However, there will be some improvements for script writing wise and directing wise for the future that he should. Like, here's what I'm thinking. In his next film, if he gets a chance to make a second film, which I think he will, he should direct a film that it should be he stars as the director, but the film should be about someone else's material. Like direct a film, but with someone else's screenplay, and work your way with that screenwriter, and try to make the vision on the direction that you want to go. But take someone else's material. Hell, he could maybe even adapt from a book or something, and then try to direct that ad and see like, okay, now let's see what you're like handling someone else's material, just to give a fresh new perspective, active like ideals that you would do for this film, but still like respect the material, but try and sell it. Overall, I gotta say, I did enjoy the film. I will say, cut him some slack a bit, because this is his first movie, but I'm just glad I went to see it, and I'm glad it finally got made. However, I will give my honest grading to this. So I'm gonna give Shelby Oaks 3 out of 5 G stars. So yeah, that would be my review. So go see Shelby Oaks if you're a fan of horror. If you're a fan of Chris Stuckmann, go see the film. If you're not a fan of horror, please at least give it a chance. Sometimes mixed reviewed films can at least get some like appreciation, and at least give them a chance to watch those films and stuff. And like, I just have to say, Chris, if you're watching this right now, I just got to say, Chris Stuckmann, great job on your first film, man. You're literally the whole reason why I started this channel, and I can't wait for your movie business to start or to take off your career as a director and stuff. And now you're showing the gates to open now, that it is possible for for a YouTuber filmmaker now gets the chance to make a film, even if he came from nowhere with no access to any leads at all. I just want to say, like, Chris is, I'm proud of you. We're all proud. We're all proud of you. And yes, I will say this: I've been Stuckmannized by the film. Sorry if I bailed that out. But yeah, go see Shelby Oaks. Go follow the man. Follow Chris Stuckmann if you're still supporting him, and don't forget to support me on my channel. So don't forget to follow me on my podcast, on all from seasons 1 through 3, even to 4 right now, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, yada yada yada. You all know I'm in every single audio platform. Follow my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment below, or email me for any questions, which is on my YouTube channel. And don't forget to follow me on my Instagram at GFE_hostman on Instagram. So yeah, don't forget to follow me on all those platforms and stuff. And like, yeah, as usual, this is the host man Gabriel saying to you all, good night, everyone.